One, she's pointing towards a recalibration of the instruments used to support the economy. And on the other end, she is highlighting more stimulus. So what can it do? More money printing, more money printing, more money printing. That means eventually, right now, you're going to solve these issues with more printing. At least you can support the economy, but eventually that fiat is going to be devalued. Inflation or hyperinflation is going to arrive in your territory. So they understand this, and that is why they are going to look at instruments which can be used. Thus, they will actually use that instrument to recalibrate the existing system so that they can manage this going forward. Now, as we say that, you have to understand money is entering into digital assets. Precisely, if you look at crypto, majority of them are going into Bitcoin and Ether. Now, yes, we can argue that Bitcoin came way back, way early, and that's the reason why it has that regulatory clarity. But what about Ethereum? So there are a lot of politics inside this. When they say regulatory clarity needs more time to give appropriate clarifications, you have to understand, then why does Ethereum and Bitcoin has it? Even though it is Chinese control, it has regulations in US. You have to see the irony there. The US side of it is still not having that clarity. And then comes stuff like this. And you have to understand, these are guys who always complain, say Amazon is not paying taxes. Amazon, you don't come to our territory, run away. The issue here is our school system is so fraudulent. They don't teach you about money. Yeah, they will say, go to school, get a job, earn money, blah, blah, blah. But end of the day, it's all about money and they won't teach you about that. Financial literacy and financial education is different. And they never give you financial education. They never understand that the taxes are different based on the income you get. If it is an earned income, passive income, portfolio income, it's all differently taxed. And investors are never taxed in majority of the geographical area in the world. You have to look at that. Right now, these guys are kind of financial illiterate, trying to push out the future of money. So the sheeps easily follow them because they also don't have the financial education and they never try to obtain that. And then when we say these kind of stuff and we try to learn more and more about value of an asset, you kind of get FUD immediately. Like say this is one of a technical analyst who does give technical analysis sometimes, which are okay, cool, great. But the fundamental aspect in which he is stating here about XRP, personally I feel it's not going to be in that case, because a security token is not a utility token. The utility token can also be a store of value. Now, for XRP, it's clearly serving a purpose of utility, a payment token in different regions of the world. If US is going to come out and say this is a security, it's directly, conflicting with UK who said it's a payment token, Japan who is saying it's a utility token, it's a digital asset for payment. The regulators will be looking on each other and saying, no, you're going rogue, you're mad. This is not the way it should be. But majority influenced, the US regulators, at least those who are in seat now, I personally think that is a lot influenced by the politics rather than looking at the fundamentals or the reality. They are being influenced by the Chinese blah, blah, blah. The puppet masters always play that one. Now, if I go through that chain, it'll be conspiracy and I don't want to take you guys through that route much. Now, when we talk about the economy, you have to understand the prices can actually go down for this a revaluation in the real estate area is possible. If there are no buyers, it's pure economics, supply and demand. If majority of them are saying, it's not the best time to buy, I believe the prices are too high, that means it will eventually correct to the downside and I'll wait. That can create a flow of money in different aspects. If they have been accumulating money and they think, no, it's not the right time to buy money, buy a flat, they won't be putting that into the bank account because it doesn't increase their purchasing power. At the same time, they would be looking at another route of investment, the alternative assets. And Ripple highlights this. The industry is maturing and accelerating. So you have to understand the crypto industry, when it is maturing, more and more investments are going to come in. Say, for example, you will advocate this to your friends, your families, and that network goes on like that. And automatically someone new will be ending up here looking at the asset, trying to figure out what intrinsic value it will have in the future, say next 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, and they would invest accordingly. So more and more money is going to flow into this territory. And when we say that, you have to understand, on the one side, when they say the regulations are too slow and all, on the other side, they are planning for themselves. They are preparing a framework in which they will never lose, in which they will be on top of it. Meaning, in the meantime, they keep the price as low as possible to distract the retail investors, so they will sell off. And then this framework, the infrastructure laid out, will say, okay, this is the infrastructure we have built out, and this is the token which we will be using to bridge between fiat currencies for cross-border payments. As we discussed in yesterday's video, it clearly highlights IMF moving towards this particular scenario. And within last 1 week, we got a lot of news highlighting the same is going to be true, right? A bridge currency is required by the central banks, and central banks from China to Russia to US, everyone is going to look at their digital fiat project, which needs a bridge currency to move from one to another fiat. Now, if you look at this one, it shows real-time payments become a make or break reality for banks. So when on this side they say a bank can provide custody and services using crypto, say digital assets, now it's a time for bank to adopt the digital asset for payments. Why? As of now, they use RippleNet. Some of them use RippleNet, but majority of them don't use the digital asset XRP. But right now, with this regulatory clarity, one by one, they will start using XRP so that they can release their dormant fund as the industry is getting choked by the economic crisis. And it looks like second lockdown is going on around the world and the wave is being pushed. Now, when the wave of second lockdown is being pushed, a lot will be cut through. Meaning a lot of small and medium guys who have their businesses especially in the travel and tourism area will be kicked off. A lot of job layoff will be coming soon in next 3 to 9 months. And this will push, a wave of investors to another side of the economy, not in this area where they are not going to see any kind of growth for at least next 2 to 3 years. The market may go even down. If you look at India, you can see it's still technically entering into a long-term recession, which can even turn into a depression. With that population, it's going to hurt the world economy as well, because they are consumers. They import a lot of goods from almost every nation, right? Now, the same will be like a chain effect. Here, Michael highlights world's second biggest bank to issue $3 billion in bonds tradable for Bitcoin. So are we seeing money movement into the digital asset crypto sphere? Yes, we can see that. And now it's giant banks moving in with huge sums of money. It's not small amount like the retail investors, because the retail guys are being distracted by the price. Whereas the giants understand the value of this asset class and they are moving in with more and more money every day. And when you look at the market cycle, which I would like to highlight you guys, whatever they do, they can extend a little bit in the time frame, but the fluctuation, the future will look same. Because if you look at the price of XRP, the pattern of XRP, and look at the accumulation phase here, you can exactly see that we passed the second phase of accumulation and we are on the third phase of accumulation. We are entering into this third phase of accumulation, where if you imagine this would be our 0.32 range. I'll actually bring you guys to the price chart and show you this. Say if you zoom in and look at this particular point, this area in which the price is moving right now, say around 0.31, 0.32. If you clearly look at this area, you can understand now it's not a conspiracy, it's what you can see with your naked eyes, right? It's not also a coincidence, it is a reality. Because if you look at this, the 0.31, 0.32 area is moving like this. And then if you look at the reality of accumulation, you can see it was happening like that. And right now the price is having higher highs, higher lows. It's moving like that. If you go back into the price, you can see it moved here. The first high, second high, that's cool. Then this low, and this low, it is making a trend to the upside. So in that stage of accumulation, you have to decide whether you are in for the markup or you will still wait and see what the price does, and eventually when the price reaches almost half of the markup, you will re-enter, chase the price. It's completely up to you, because if you look at the decline phase, it's already done. That huge capitulation was executed. Now it's the phase to anticipate, accumulate more, and to take out profit almost at the end of markup. You can see that distribution phase in the markup side when we reach this particular area. Now we'll go through that as we progress through the bull run. Why we believe there will be a huge bull run? Because banks, as we highlighted, is coming in with more and more money, and banking regulator is explaining how they will need this. Benefits of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is being explained to the Senate. Now, when we kind of highlight this, on one side, Brian Brooks is trying to highlight this to all those financially uneducated guys, but on the other side, politicians are bashing him. But next 3 to 5 years, they will understand that the financial infrastructure is going to change. Look at what he is highlighting there. The development of safe, prudent, and fair financial infrastructure. And that is what we are all looking at. And this, from World Economic Forum, clearly highlights blockchain is the key for sustainable digital finance. And when they say blockchain, they detailedly talk about distributed ledger technology, in which they are looking at it as a digital enabler for sustainable future, the sustainable finance. So are we wrong when we say the existing financial system is going to go away and a new financial system is going to come in? No, the standardization is being created. If you look at this, the core properties of blockchain and other DLT solutions can enable deeper technological integration, standardization, and the possibility of new business model. So if that's a new business model, the smart money would already understand it is the future, and it is an alternative side to invest. So the money is flowing to that side. If you want to make money, always follow the money. Ripple is now the 4th most valuable venture capital backed fintech unicorn in the world. So if you look at that, you can understand when the world is going down, or at least the price is being so distractive, going down from 2018 till this date, they are still maturing. The partnerships, the networks, they are expanding to new geographical region. They are hiring more and more people. It's you have to look back at the project and how strong it is. If the project is so strong and providing much value and having huge value, which you can't even, at least as of now, you can't even calculate what will be the actual value of it, which would eventually reflect in the price. But currently, looking at the targeted market size, the volume of that in terms of dollar, it's easily can be said as, right now, say the previous all-time high, if it was 3.8, at least we would be looking at 100 times that same thing. Once the value is reflecting in the price, many will be surprised. So that's why we say invest for the long run, wait for the next 2 or 3 market cycle. Now, if you don't have time, wait till the completion, or at least 50 to 80% of next mark-up phase. When we look at the price fluctuation, you are ready and you're waiting for the price to show you the direction, right? So that same goes to most of the asset. If it's breaking to the upside here, that's bullish. If it's breaking here, look at the support level here. Or if it's not, then be cautious. I hope you received value for your time, and if you did, please do support the channel. Hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done that already. If you'd like to extend your support, please do support the channel using PayPal, Patreon, or the XRP wallet address given in the description below. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.